Chit Chat Paddywhack, Give a Dog a Bone. I don't know what we're calling this, but thanks for joining in. Or if you haven't joined in, all I can say is, hey. So it's not showing that we're broadcasting yet, so I don't know what's going on.
I got a notification. It says live.
Oh, did you? Yeah, on the bottom it says live, but when I went and looked at YouTube now, it's still, there, it's finally catching up. Yeah, do not watch YouTube while we're on this because it's lagging big time. But anyway, so welcome to Disc Golf Chit Chat Sunday night. I guess I'm the host, Santa Herman here, and with me, I've got Brian Evans, the tournament director for the Hangover Bowl Part 2, and I've got Mr. Croswell himself, Rory Flynn, joining in. So we're just going to chat a little bit about disc golf and, I don't know, maybe some other little tiny stuff. So I know Rory's got to go to work. He's got to do that W thing tonight. So, Brian, I'll let you say a couple words, and then we'll pass it over to Rory, and I'll start drilling him about what's going on at Croswell.
Good evening, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
I'll keep this short and sweet. Let Rory do his thing, and then we could talk about the Hangover Bowl. But kind of excited about this. It's kind of interesting. Never tried anything like this, so see how it all turns out.
Well, thanks. All right, so Mr. Rory, you've got some pretty exciting news going on over in Croswell way.
That's just the ball's still rolling in the direction we've been pushing it, man. We got the land a little bit sooner than we originally thought. I'm just waiting on the city administrators go ahead and we can go in there and start making fairways and stuff. We ended up getting 38 acres expanded to our park. It's all riverside property. It's going to be pretty awesome. And I was doing a little math in my head today. We haven't seen the receipt yet, but I think we're about 2/3 of the way towards getting those other 6 baskets. So hopefully by Duffy's Super Classic in September, we'll have the other 6 holes installed and playable for that tournament. And from there, we'll move on to hopefully a whole new course down in the lowlands. It'll be pretty floody for a little while till we get it cleaned up, but it'll be reminiscent of river bends, I would imagine.
Very cool. So, Croswell, you guys have a league Sundays at 1 p.m. Talk about the league, what kind of format you guys are using, and I know you're using the money to raise to extra baskets, but talk to us about that.
I was there today. Super loose, casual doubles. Whole goal is to raise money. The first 3 baskets we actually raised with just our winter league money alone, and that was off of one winner. Basically the plan's to keep on fundraising through this league until we have everything we need for these courses. And I mean that includes all the way up to after we have baskets and everything bought, dude, we're gonna still have to pay for equipment and this and that stuff for the leagues. So right now we got hoodies coming out, hopefully next week, which those will be 100%, fundraiser based hoodies. Then after that, hopefully we'll be into tournament season, and that's when we'll really be making some serious deposits into the account.
Cool. Well, hey, Duffy's Super Classic. That's an interesting format. It's I'm brand new to disc golf, but it's the only one that I've ever heard of doing this. So tell me about the Duffy Super Classic.
That's what I heard last year. We had a more seasoned player in the disc golf community come out, and he had specified, you know, hey man, I think this is like the first tournament of its kind. It's where you use a super class disc. People aren't certain what that is. That's a PDGA sanctioned style of play. It's just an oversized disc, similar to a ultimate disc. Deep dish, blunt nose, usually 180 to 200 grams, depending on what you're throwing. If you're throwing an ultimate disc, it could be around 175. But dude, big, floaty. They're difficult. It levels the playing field for every player. I mean, you think you can throw a disc golf disc until you put a Zephyr or an Ultra Star in your hands, and it's a whole new experience. You know. That's the whole premise. We want to do something different.
And it is. So it's September. What's the date on that?
September 9th.
And is registration open yet?
Registration, it's up on the scene. Registration has not opened yet. I think it opens like 60 days before it starts or something like that. I can't remember what I got it set for. Updates are still to come on Disc Golf Scene and on the Facebook page. So I'm working at that slowly.
All right, cool, man. Well, keep us posted on Croswell, man. That's exciting. It's great to see another course expanding in the area. It's nice. North Branch has got a course. It's grand openings coming in May. And it's just exciting to see. Well, potentially Sandusky's going to have a course too.
Yeah. I heard rumors about that too. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, so, man, that's cool. Keep rock on. So how'd you throw today?
Me and I was partnered up with Joshua Rads. Actually, he's the guy from Michigan Q Orb that does he does all the river cleanups and stuff. Really cool guy. We took, I believe, -3 for our round, and then who took it? Bob Anderson and Brandon. I don't know Brandon's last name. They took the lead with like -9.
Well, it's a really cool format you got, man. I like the partners. It's just a fun Sunday afternoon, and I wish I'd have been there today, but I had my own thing going on, and Brian had his own thing going on. But that's the wonderful thing about disc golf. There's always something somewhere.
As long as somebody was playing somewhere, I'm happy.
Yeah, it was too nice to sit cooped up in the house all weekend.
For sure.
Right on. All right, guys. Well, I got to start getting ready for work. It was nice chatting with you, though.
Hey, thanks for poking in, Rory. Thanks for the update on Croswell.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, my man. Peace out.
Peace out.
All right, Brian. So it's your turn, man. Let's talk about this part 2, man.
So part 2. So did our annual Hangover Bowl on January 1st this year. I don't know if we're waiting on for it to catch up here.
Oh, you're good. Keep going.
All right. Well, we're able to raise just about $3,500 this year. Big thanks for everybody out there that donated to it. It's a laundry list, guys. You guys from the Thumb area did an amazing job with Disc to Disc, and your pen company. Rory made those 2 awesome trophies. Jeremy Johnson brought in a whole slew of stuff in. Disc King, friction gloves. I mean, you were there. You saw the 3 tables full of, an MVP donated basket. Yeah, we had an amazing turnout. Probably we had 108 just for the tournament alone. We had 108, so we filled up all 27 holes. Got everybody out to the course on time. Everybody in. Did the raffle. Had some amazing payouts for first, second, and third. It's just this whole entire experience from year 1 to year 2. I don't know what the right word is. The compassion that everybody is come out there, and it is disc golf. You're coming out there and you're having a good time, but everybody was really just, like I said, compassionate and willing to give and to spend the money, not to just get prizes, but to really support the family and to support somebody they never even met before.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. I've spent ever since this Hangover Bowl ended. I've spent a lot of time trying to expand my disc golf network and fronting people from across, I don't know, basically the world. And I keep on getting invited to all these other different pages to support, somebody's kid that has going through leukemia, and the tournaments that they're holding out there. So the disc golf nation as a whole is just super charitable, willing to help out their brothers and sisters to whatever the cause may be. And it's I got a couple days ago, guy got his bike stolen. It was a motorized bicycle. It's the only way he gets back and forth to work. They're holding a tournament for him down in Texas to raise the money to buy him a new bike. So, I'm like, all right, give me your PayPal account, man. I'm going to help you out. So
Yep.
it really is truly amazing. I'm looking forward to doing this through the future. I did start a Facebook group for the Hangover Bowl this year. First donation in. I got to get the details on who the donor is, but it's got a really sweet graphic, like dry fit sweatshirt. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm trying to hold this up. See if I can back this up a little bit.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
It's pretty badass. And there's a whole bunch of stickers to go along with it. So I'll be posting some stuff on the Facebook group with that donation and who's donating that. I'm going to be using this Facebook group to do raffles. I do want to get kind of a balance fund so I can start getting bigger ticket items for the raffles, baskets. There's gonna be a Zuka cart for 2018. I think my end goal here is with the Hangover Bowl. I'd like to see this go, regional. I'd like to see more Hangover Bowls go across the state of Michigan, across the U.S. I think everybody knows somebody that has a spouse that has passed and the family's in need. And I'd like to see like something that happened with the Ice Bowl. It was a regional event, and it's across the nation now, and they're supporting, local soup kitchens and things like that with the Ice Bowl. I'd like to see the Hangover Bowl do something along those lines. So it's long-term goals, but that's kind of where I'd like to see it go.
Well, I tell you what, man, that was an awesome tournament. And my history. I've only been playing disc golf for about 6 months, and it was just well organized. It was a fun event. And when I first heard about it, I didn't even know it was a fundraising opportunity. I just thought, what a way to start the year with playing in a tournament, chance to meet some more disc golfers and just have a good time. And then when I found out it was a charity event, and then the story was in the Times Herald about the family, which was interesting. It was Times Herald that had the story, right?
Macomb Daily.
Macomb Daily. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give props to Macomb Daily. That was great. And then I found out it was, about the family and about their situation, and I was glad to do my small part, man. It was pretty cool. So, but it was a huge turnout, and surprisingly, there wasn't any delays, man. You ran that smooth. Over 100 people. We got through the holes. There wasn't really any waits, except for the old guy that everybody calls Santa because he's been new at this and kept losing discs. But it was a fun event, and I'm looking forward to next year, man. So hats off to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the organization part. I have to tip my hat to guys like Josh Cook, Steve Wilmot, Steve Switlicki, Josh Edmondson, Chris Passiano. The first year, a lot of guys helped me out. This year, I try to make sure the people that were golfing stuck to the golfing. But I tell you, 5 guys, and there was a lot of other people that helped out. But getting people checked in, getting the course cards, making sure that all those little details are taken care of before we have our players meeting to everybody get out in the course. And there's always last minute stuff, but yeah, there's amazing disc golfers and people that have helped me out. There's no way I could do all this stuff alone for sure. But I appreciate that's my main goal when I'm trying to run something like this, especially on January 1st. I mean, granted, we had great weather this year. Get people checked in, get people out in the course, get the scores in, get them paid out, and get them home. It's a long enough day on a January 1st. People want to go back to their families, go watch football, whatever the case may be. 12 hours out in a course or 10 hours out in a course is a long day.
Oh, you quit when I was drinking. Thanks. But I think you had just about every contingency. I mean, you had the pads cleaned off. If my memory serves me correctly, you had salt there in case we did get that kind of weather. Yeah, you got lucky. I mean, it was a great day. It was an in-betweener. What I call by an in-betweener is I could have easily played with a short sleeve shirt on, but it was too warm to play with a jacket on. So I kept switching back and forth between wearing a flannel shirt and taking it off, but it was still an awesome day.
Yeah, this week I know we can't count on that every year, but we do. There's a lot of prep work that goes involved. We do a lot of prep work to get the donations in, kind of get them quarantine off so we can get the players pack done. We do a lot of prep work. We go out the day before. We verify the pads. We make sure that all the flags are set up. We make sure that all the players' cards are printed out, just so when we get in and we get people checked in, you get a half hour to really, get everybody checked in and validate and make sure they get on place in holes. So the more prep work you do, the better off you're going to be the day of.
Now, hey, is that the only tournament that you organize?
That's the only one that I organize currently. I'm part of Gone Discin'. I give them a hand a little bit here and there. Broken Oak, I'll be helping Josh out as much as I can with the Broken Oak this June. Yeah, I help out, but I'll tell you, those guys have a lot more experience than I do. I've been a casual golfer since '92. I didn't really start getting into this whole league and tournament. It's probably been about 2 years. So a lot of this stuff is really new to me as far as getting through all this. So.
Well, I think you got a few years experience on me, and I'm sure that I'm going to it'll be an interesting year with everything I got planned going on. So I learned a lot from you and a couple of other tournaments that I played in, so that'll be fun.
That's what you got to do. Is like I don't get out a lot when it comes to tournaments. I'm still got some young kids here, and but when I do, I kind of take the things that you really love about the tournaments that you do experience and incorporate them into yours, and make sure that the things that you don't like about those tournaments, you don't incorporate those, and try to, at least at a bare minimum, minimize the impact of any kind of things that are going to pop up. So, all
right. Well, anything else that you want to pass along? How was your day at Addison Oaks? Was it at Addison Oaks you played?
Yeah, it was foggy. Went out for about 15 holes. We played a birthday doubles yesterday, which was much better as far as my golf round. Today was really more about just getting out in 8 o'clock in the morning in 40-degree weather in January. So I just want to get out and enjoy a few holes, and I did. And I came back and spent the day with my kids.
Awesome, man. I got out yesterday, and we went to Millington to Arthur. Oh, I'm drawing a blank on the last name. The park. I want to say Arthur Dent, but that's just because I'm a Douglas Adams fan. But anyway, went out there and played 18, and it was kind of swampy out there, but it was still very playable. I just overdid it yesterday, and so I told you I was going to sleep in, and I did. And then Ducky Faulkner called me and said, he had rearranged the Marlette disc golf course and created what we're calling an AC-doocy. Every hole is easily aceable. The longest distance is 250 feet. And so we're calling it AC-doocy because you should either get a 1 or 2 on every hole. And we went and played 2 rounds of that this afternoon, and it took us an hour around. So 36 holes in 2 hours. It was it was fun. It was a fast-paced, fun course. And so instantly I thought, you know what, I'm going to organize a quick put-together tournament. February 25th, we're going to have the AC-doocy winter blowout tournament. And it's just $10 and come in there, and we're just playing 3 rounds of golf. And first, second, and third place are going to get trophies. I don't know what we're going to get yet, but we'll see. And I think the Brown City Boy Scouts troop is going to be there, and it's going to turn into a fundraiser for them. So awesome. That's kind of cool. Yep. Anything about giving back to the community. And so, you know, it's all fun, man.
Definitely.
So, I you know, all these guys that do these podcasts are on for an hour. I don't think we need to be on for an hour. I think so. I'm just going to kind of rattle off some of the events going on in my area. And Brian, if there's any events that you want to rattle off, let's do it. But Wednesday nights, we've got the Indoor Putting League here in Marlette. It starts at 7 p.m. We're usually done at I'm kicking the last person out the door at 9:30. But we're basing it on the Precision Putt 360 app. So, and keeping weekly scores, but there's keeping tallying scores to see who wins the league. But even if you can come out once or twice, we have each week the winner gets something, and we've had a lot of donations that have been pretty cool. So we've been able to give away stuff every week. So we'll have drawings and raising money to pay for all the equipment from doing this. And then from there, we'll figure out what we're going to do. I'm going to talk to the guys this Wednesday, but I was approached by a school if I'd be interested in coming in and showing the kids about disc golf and giving them a chance to putt. And so I'm going to talk to them about raising some money to get some putters. I'm sure people have some putters laying around that want to donate, get a couple of baskets, and any school that wants to come in during gym class, wants one of us to come in during gym class, we'll be able to have the equipment go in there, show them how to throw, and let the kids have fun and grow the sport.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and then Sunday, Rory's got the Croswell League going on. It's at 1 o'clock, and that's a doubles event. So a lot of fun there. And I can't think of anything else. Is there any leagues going on down your way?
As far as winter, no, but we got another month or so before the spring leagues start up. I've been part of Gone Discin' for the past 2 years. Broken Oak is going to be starting a league at Addison Oaks on Thursdays. We have to check out the website for the exact dates. I know Miles Lawrence has got some. This is just my little niche area out here in Leonard. Miles Lawrence is going to be. He's got his normal Seymour Lake Sundays league going. He's also going to be starting something up at Oakwood, which is a new course up here in Oxford. I believe that's going to be on Wednesdays. I could validate that. The only other, as far as, you have Bobus that comes out and does some rotations out on this side of town. We got a fundraiser event for Gone Discin' on March 26th. Is going to be a tournament at Stony. Kind of just fundraisers to get discs and stuff like that. The only other thing, as far as maybe want to mention, I created 2 Facebook pages aside from the Hangover Bowl. There is a Michigan Volunteers page. Basically, this is going to be set up. I want to try to get every Michigan disc golfer on this page. It's really time. It's really difficult to set up and make sure that we have people accounted for when it comes to course cleanup, tournament setup, tournament teardown. This site is specifically just designed to create events for those to organize people that are going to come in and do those type of things. I really want people that are running leagues that are course caretakers to go through and set up events on these pages so they can get people in to the course. There's got to be a little bit of accountability to get those people out there, and some incentive to try to draw them in, so they can create an event and say, hey, everybody that's coming out there is going to get a wizard, or we're going to have pizza and soda, or something along those lines. Draw people in to get those out in the course. Set up another page for basically tournament league best practices. It was a Michigan thing. I decided to get rid of the Michigan part of it and just open it up for basically anybody that plays disc golf that either has something unique that they do at their leagues or tournaments, and to kind of just bounce ideas off each other. Like we were talking about earlier, people do different things at different tournaments. This is a good forum for people that run a tournament in California to share some information with somebody that runs a league in Michigan. So, and last but not, the Hangover Bowl page, kind of near and dear to my heart. I've been inviting everybody. I think we're up to about 275 members on that page. We're going to be doing raffles throughout the year on that, auctions throughout the year. There's going to be some little bit of changes that are going to be announced throughout this year as far as how things are going to kind of work out. But just a huge thanks for the 100 and so we had 108 in the field, but we ended up having 125 people come out there. So huge thanks to everybody that came out, donated to that event. It makes a big difference to those kids. It makes a big difference to Mike's wife, Nicole. It makes a big difference to the Michigan Small Farm Council, which he was a board member of, that supports the rights of small farmers in Michigan. So just huge hugs, thanks for everybody that was a big part of that. So.
Yeah, well, hats off to you on that. Yeah, and both those pages are awesome. Obviously keeping up with the Hangover Bowl, and for those of you that don't know anything about the family, get to the page, just look it up, and you can find out the history about how it came about and so on. Yeah, it's pretty cool about the volunteer page. I think that's a neat idea as well. And yeah, I mean, getting people out there to help with stuff is pretty cool. And the best practices as well. So three good Facebook groups that you've started. Pretty cool.
Well, I hope I may have just created the pages, but I don't want to be by any. I'm just a facilitator. I just want to get those groups so out there. This is a group discussion. We had you want to call it a meeting of leagues, a meeting of clubs back in November. Motor City Chain Gang, Team Stony, Gone Diskin, Miles with Lawrence with Murder Mitten. And we just kind of went around the table. We had some beer, we had some food, and we just talked about disc golf. What do we need to do to try to organize people? How do we communicate between? And I know they have Yahoo groups as far as the tournament directors, but I think this is Facebook it's a unique platform to share information, pictures, and so on and so forth. So we'll see how it pans out. I mean, I said I created them, but I definitely want people to get involved and start their own posts and threads and upload pictures and create the events and things like that. So
yeah, we'll when we get done with this video sometime later this evening or tomorrow, I'll post links to Brian's Facebook pages that he's talking about, and any other links of things of interest that we discuss, like the disc golf scene and so on. Just I don't know what level people are that are listening. We do have 4 people tuned in, but that's not to say we won't have more. So, so I'm just looking at upcoming events for disc golf tournaments in Michigan. Let's see. The 28th of January is the 16th annual Flip City Ice Bowl, and that's in Shelby, Michigan. And the 29th of January, Turn Up the Heat in Troy by the Motor City Chain Gang, group you just talked about. And let's see, February 4th is the 16th annual Bluegill Super Bowl Saturday Doubles. I don't know where Wayland is, but on the 5th of February is the Disc Golf Fan Antic pre-Super Bowl Tourney Ypsilanti. That's at the Rolling Hills County Park. I've heard a lot of good things about that. Have you played in that, Brian?
I haven't played that, but the next two on the list, the cracked plastic, I did that last year. Probably one of the coldest tournaments I've ever done in my entire life, but it was an absolute blast. Those guys out there, the K Aces Disc Golf Club, just amazingly run tournament. They had a keg of bells. Brown, I think, was out there last year for in between the round. It was a blast. Payouts are great. Checking in. The course is interesting. It's it's a hard course if you've never played there before. But it was fun. It was a blast.
Well, I'm playing there for the first time. I'm playing with the rec group, and they've got berths there for the Discraft State Championship.
Yeah, I got to get my. I got to win my berth for Masters this year and get up there. Otherwise, I'll be trying to do a play-in.
Yeah, well, I'm not ready to move up to that next level. I'm still just having fun. I'm just happy that my PDGA rating's now over 600. So, yeah, what simple goals? Let's see. I'm looking through, see if there's anything else that catches the eye. Doesn't look like anything else in February in our area. Royal Oak, well, on the 18th of February is a Crosstown Classic. That's in Royal Oak. That's hosted by the Motor City Chain Gang.
Yep.
A
lot of stuff on the west side through the winter.
There's a Frozen Flyers at Hollywood's.
Yeah.
Hosted by the Flint Town Flyers, so some props to those guys. And then the middle of the Minton Doubles Bag Tag Tournament. I've never heard of that, but I'm new, so I haven't been in this a year yet. And February 25th, the AC Ducey Winter Blowout, Marlette Disc Golf Course. I know the guy that's hosting that one.
Yeah, I heard he's a pretty nice guy.
You heard wrong. So, all right, my man. Well, I can't think of anything else to talk about. Awesome disc golf weekend. Looks like we're going to have some fog tomorrow. So if you're out there driving, be safe. And
this is very cool, John. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, thank you. Hopefully we'll continue on doing this every week. Get some other guests on here, or maybe somebody else will come on and fire me, and somebody with some more experience will be talking about it. But I just I thought it'd be cool to have something going on with just our area and our little corner of the world. So rock on, Brian, and I'll throw in a shameless plug for the business. Make sure you're always throwing that disc to the basket. So, all right, guys. Thanks, Brian.
Later.
All right. Peace out, guys.